Genshin Impact Cosplay, Day 4. Alright, so here is where it's at. I've got this collar fantasy. It's much longer, and I've got Ridgeline. I got that Ridgeline underneath it, and what I'm gonna do is basically run the Ridgeline in a pocket up here along the side, so you have a nice springy collar affair. That faux fur that I scavenged, indeed, looks much better. It doesn't look quite so much like a rat. I've also sprayed it with a little bit of purple leave-in. Just a very faint hint of purple on the tips. Just the tips, as they say. If I do that as a stole, that's gonna look pretty good. This is what I'm gonna fit. I don't have the shoulder pads on, but the shoulder pads are gonna go on top of the shoulders instead of under the shoulders, because I think it makes it look more like armor. Still trying to figure out what I'm doing with the belt. I don't want it to look like a cummerbund. I want it to go down around the hips, and I want it to have kind of a pleaty effect. But right now, my pleats are not doing what they need to do. And I'm not quite sure if I'm gonna try to pleat the pleather. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I gotta figure that one out. But it needs to be curvy and it needs to be down around the hips. And I've started to draw on design lines for where I want to put either pleather applique or something. This in here is going to be silver, because that's kind of how my design drawing looks. And so I'm kind of replicating those. As long as the vest part fits and the neck part fits, then everything else is just gravy and I can get started sewing. Okay, the fitting went great. So I got it pinned where it needs to be, and now I'm finalizing the pattern. I've marked my seam allowances, I've trimmed down my seams, I've marked the shapes of the facings that I want to make. I've basically made these into pattern pieces and made myself notes for where I need to adjust things. Got the shoulders good. This is going to be my left hand side, and I'm just going to double this one up because I've done the most work on fitting this one. I've got the placket all figured out. I've got it figured out where it needs to have facings and hems and edgings. Got the design lines on. So, I think we're ready to get started cutting this bad boy in pleather. And that's it for right now. I'm trying to keep these videos under 3 minutes long, so I'm going to stop here. But I may come back with a part 2 later on once I get the pleather cut out. Bye!